when we're looking at the different options that you have, I know that we had discussed Etsy, and you had told me before we started recording, have you purchased from Etsy before?
I have purchased from Etsy, yes.
Okay, wonderful. So the great thing about Etsy is that obviously dedicated to crafters and to artisans, your product makes total sense. Etsy is not only a marketplace, it's also a search engine. So for instance, last year, about midway through last year, my wife and I decided, we wanted to help get masks into everybody's hands. And we also wanted to give people a reason to mask up. So we started designing all these fun masks, all different kinds of like everything from, Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, to Christmas movies, to fun stuff, to holiday themes. And we used Etsy. The cool thing about Etsy is that you only pay for to list your product, and you pay 20 cents, and that product lives for 6 months. So you're paying just to get the product up there. If people order through the site, then you're paying a commission, right? So you factor that in. So for everybody watching, we already talked about COGS, cost of goods sold. Now what we're talking about are different distribution channels. So if Deborah were selling through her own site, she wouldn't have to pay a third-party marketplace like Etsy or Amazon as an example, but she's still going to have to pay a credit card processing fee if she takes credit cards, right, or PayPal. So now what we're doing is selling on a third-party marketplace. We've got the cost of goods sold, plus we have now the cost to host it and to sell it through that channel and the payment processing. So depending on your pricing, you might be looking at how much, well, let me ask you, what's the general price, the average price for a therapy month?
Yes, they vary. I would say, depending, both customized and pretty much ready to go, probably in the $60-$65 range.
Okay. So you're probably looking at maybe $5-6 with all in with everything, right? With the 3% or 2.9% plus 35 cents for the processing, for the payment, plus Etsy's fee. And there are calculators too. So you can just go on Google and look up an Etsy calculator. The reason why I like it is this: not only can you add in all of the different photos of your different variations, you can sell your templated ones just so that you already have them in stock sitting in inventory. You can just push them. But then you can also sell your customized ones, and Etsy gives you the ability for people to enter in, type in a field. What are they interested in? What was their hobby? Blah, blah, blah. What are their names? Whatever it is. So the other thing that Etsy sellers do is they just say, hey, fill out this form. So they'll send an email to the person and they can fill out a form instead. So you can get more information. So however involved you want to be. The great thing is you're at least getting visibility on the product. You can also put a video. So that's where, again, we circle back to your story. And what I would want you to do is tell your story while you're holding one of them and showcasing it. And you could even tell a story about the one that you're promoting. So if you made 5 different listings, one of them might be, let's say, rock and roll theme, then you can go through each thing. Here's this, here's this, here's this. Videos on Etsy have been shown to get amazing sell-through. People love watching the story. Again, these are artisans in that creative mindset. They're looking for how they can support other artisans. My wife, perfect example. So you having a story, and especially coming from you where you're telling it firsthand, I would think that you'd get some good sell-through on that site right away. The other cool thing is that you're basically, just like how the old adage goes, you're learning on someone else's dime. You're basically putting all this stuff up. You're testing out different content. You can add up new photos and videos, and you're building out your brand content so that when you do go to start a Shopify site or a Squarespace site or whatever it is to sell your product, now you've got everything. You can just pop it right in.